Hey, what's up, guys? David here from Unqualified Critics, UC. Thanks for watching. We've got this brand new video that dropped from Arcade1up. You may have watched it. And it is a trailer for the Golden Axe Revenge of Death Knight cabinet. Super hype. This is the first sign of life we've seen on this cabinet in a while. And I think some people were starting to wonder, are we really going to get this product? Now, my guess is the reason we've not seen much on it is retailer pickup. This has been an issue before, and way back in the final fight at cabinet, actually, a wave 1 cabinet that came quite late. I think by the time it dropped, it was like wave 2 time or almost wave 2, but it's still a wave 1 cabinet, never got redesigned. Final Fight was a good cabinet, it had a good games list. And it had all the issues with wave 1, but setting the hardware aside, it was a great games list. The problem was retailers weren't interested. Sometimes retailers don't have the, choice taste that you guys watching might have in arcades, and they might overlook some pretty cool games because they don't feel like they're mainstream enough. I wonder if that's going on here, although I would have thought the Sega license would have bailed them out because Sega's just the one of the top names in gaming. I mean, even after all these years, they're a shadow of what they used to be, but they're still tremendously important and just a big brand name. And I'm surprised that wasn't enough to carry them through. But maybe it was enough. I have to assume they've got retailer interest lined up. Now, we know this is coming to the brick in Canada in a couple months. That is online right now. But no other stores have been listed as selling this cabinet. Now, my thoughts on the cabinet itself, the games list I'm very excited for. Wrestle War I've not played. I know it's not everyone's favorite arcade wrestling game, but it's a game that the licensing's attainable for, right? It doesn't have that WWF license. They've got kind of made up wrestlers. I don't actually know if it's any good. I'm sure some of you guys have played it, and you can tell me in the comments if it's good or not. I'm just assuming the era, Sega, wrestling, I'm assuming it's at least decent. Looking forward to it. Now, and I think Wrestle War is a vertically oriented game, so it won't fill out the full monitor. I don't have a big problem with that. I'm okay with that. You might not be, and that's okay. That's your choice. You can tell me again in the comments, and you'll decide if you want to buy this cabinet or not. Now, they are all 8-way games, so that is a win. We know that every game is going to be an 8-way joystick. Don't need to mess with a 4-way, 8-way switcher, so that is cool. I do find it curious in this video that they show the cabinet standing without its riser and with its riser. I wonder if that means we might get a version without the riser. We know retailers put pressure on Arcade1up to stick to a $2.99 price point sometimes, looking at you, Walmart. So maybe they'll release that. I hope they don't. I think a 4-player cabinet that sits that low to the ground, it just looks ridiculous. It's so wide and yet so low to the ground. It just visually looks like junk. So I know I would be picking up the version with the riser, and my guess is most of you will be too. I do like the bezel design. I think that looks really good. Overall, the design of the cab is quite close to the original Death Adder cabinet. The Death Adder cabinet wasn't a beautiful cab. There wasn't much to it. It was pretty basic artwork. For this version, there are some differences with the marquee. The marquee looks a little less interesting. I don't know why they went that route. The riser, though, is something that is really blows my mind. And this is the thing with the Wave 3 cabinets. They design these risers like they're just independent designs of the cabinet. Look at the Golden Axe logo and imagery. It's the exact same imagery that's right up here. Like, dude, whoever designed this, did you think that we were going to put a different cabinet on this riser and we wouldn't know it was Golden Axe and you got to tell us? I mean, we already know that. The Golden Axe is right here. Why would you replicate it? This would look better if there was no artwork here, or even if you just continued the orange around. I mean, there are a lot of options that would have been superior to this. And I'm not sure why they went that route, but that is a minor issue. That would not be a reason for me to not buy the cabinet. Other thing I wish they would do, I wish they would do 2-player and 4-player variants of a lot of these cabs, because end of the day, we all have limited space, and not everyone has a ton of people to play games from the 80s and 90s with, or even 70s. But if we're talking 4-player, looking at the 80s and 90s, but you might not have a group of 4 people to just hit these games with all the time. Why not just also have a 2-player variant, as was often the case in the real arcades? That'd be nice if down the road they gave us these options. I plan to get this as a 4-player cab, but I'm about out of space on cabinets that can be this wide and take up this much space. We'll find out soon, hopefully, when the release date is here for the US. We know it's coming to Canada, so I know a lot of my Canadian viewers get frustrated. They get left out. Hey, you got one on us this time. You're getting the Maple Leaf Edition Arcade1up. coming to you guys first, potentially. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Smash that like button and subscribe. Stay up to date on everything Home Arcade. I'll talk to you later.
Dripping lights paint the sky.